this is odd.
What is it?
This package to Dr. Richard Fleming was sent from Dr. Richard Fleming.
Why would he send something to himself?
Maybe he knew they were going to search the house. It's a good way to hide something for a couple of days. Police found amphetamines. We found a syringe. I think we need to at least admit there's a possibility that Dr. Fleming was suffering from some kind of drug-induced paranoia.
Perhaps his paranoia was well-founded. He is missing. His place of work was destroyed and all evidence was removed from his home.
Well, the scientists working for Adrian Conrad were studying this symbiote in order to create some kind of super drug. I mean, maybe this is what they came up with.
Well, if that's true, then a lot of people would kill to get their hands on it.
Well, we won't know anything for sure until we send a sample of this back to the base for analysis. I think tomorrow we should talk to other people who worked at Immunotech. We need to figure out what was going on at that lab.
As some of you may already know, we have 3 uninvited guests in town. They are asking questions. The chances are they won't find anything. But if they do, then we will have to deal with them.
Hey. Nice lunch.
I'm really starting to enjoy this traditional American food.
We have another tradition. It's called hardened arteries.
Were you able to learn anything?
No one who worked at Immunotech wants to talk.
Our attempts to gather information from the local townsfolk proved equally fruitless.
I wouldn't say that. Don't tell me you haven't noticed how strangely people have been acting around here.
What are you talking about?
Well, for instance, that man there right behind Teal'c. He doesn't realize it, but he just put 8 cubes of sugar into his coffee. And that lady over the counter, she's been reading the same article for a half an hour. Since we sat down, that waitress has dropped her tray twice. The cook has gotten 3 orders wrong, including my hamburger, which I ordered medium rare, but is in fact well done. I've been noticing similar behavior all morning. It's like the entire town's half asleep.
Major Carter, sorry to bother you. Sheriff Knox would like to see you.
I understand you and your colleagues have been asking a lot of questions around town.
Yeah. Is that a problem?
We found gasoline residue at the lab. A lot of it.
So the fire was deliberate.
Which means the stakes have gotten a lot higher. Major, if you know something.
Sheriff, I already told you. My investigation pertains to a matter of...
National security, I know.
The truth is, I didn't get any useful information this morning.
Well, I'm not surprised. Everyone who worked at the lab had a confidentiality agreement. Nobody wants to get sued.
Well, now that we know it was arson, maybe the company will be willing to cooperate.
I wouldn't be too sure about that.
Well, they're going to want to know who burned their lab down.
There's something you don't know. 2 months ago, another Immunitech researcher named Peter Stouffer disappeared. The case was never solved.
Why didn't you tell me this?
The town's been through some rough times, Major. Shipyard shut down 2 years ago, put everybody out of work. When Immunitech came along, they brought a lot of money to the area.
So nobody wants to hear anything bad about them.
There was no solid evidence of foul play in the Stouffer case. He just didn't show up for work one day and hasn't been seen since. But I did get the feeling the company had something to hide.
What do you mean?
We subpoenaed documents from them. This is what we got.
Did Stouffer work with Dr. Fleming?
They were partners.
I'm going to need to borrow these. Well, this is interesting. It's a shipping invoice. Fleming and Stouffer ordered all the latest material on stem cell research.
Really? And there's no record of Immunitech doing research in that area.
I know.
Why would they keep that a secret?
Well, stem cells can be used to create skin grafts or replacement organs, but theoretically, they can also be used to create human clones.
Which is illegal.
So if they were doing some kind of cloning research and Fleming decided to blow the whistle...
He would have to be silenced.
But why would he call you?
Well, it must have something to do with Adrian Conrad. We should go through the rest of this stuff, see if anything turns up.
This town certainly does get quiet at night. Evening.
What can I get you?
Ginger ale.
I'll have the same.
It does not appear we are welcome here.
Well, it's natural for small town people to be suspicious of strangers, right? We just have to give it more of an effort. Hey, guys.
You have much to learn about humans.
That's kind of my point. How are we supposed to fit in when we spend all our time on base? Thanks.
I have a sufficient understanding of Earth culture.
But you'll never really be one of them.
This is not my home. When my time with SG-1 is done, I will return to Teal'c with my son.